first started collecting watches about 10 years ago, specifically with military watches. It was actually my best friend from home, was very much into military watches. I grew up beside RAF Aldergrove and had a real fascination with some of the military equipment you would see kind of flying in on a daily basis. The first watch I'll always pick up was my favourite, is a Squally. And the nice thing about Squally, it's a 1960s dive brand. The beautiful thing about Squally is they use this technique called the acrylic bezel, and you just don't get watches like this anymore in terms of the colour. If you look at how that's baked into the acrylic, and that's actually an acrylic glass as well, so it scratches very easily. Squally's Italian for shark, but back in the 60s though, Squally would have been a case maker. And when I first started reading more about Squally, their history was so deep and it was so authentic as well, because they were involved, say, with the Italian military. They're involved in all kinds of things, but the thing I loved about them most, this is my second favourite then, is the colours. You know, you just don't get watches that look like this then, in terms of the big like bezel, even the small details though, like the index hands, and even the dimensions of this. This is a Squally medium, so that'll be number two. And number three, it's a really tough one. Most people say it must be your Snowflake Tudor. Yeah, it's a beautiful watch. For some people it's a grail watch to get a Snowflake, but I'm going to be contentious. I'm going to say it's the Seiko Vulcan. And if you know what a Seiko Vulcan is though, then you know why this is just so rare. It doesn't look like much. It's a quartz, has the Seiko's workhorse 7A38, but this was made for the RAF Vulcan bomber and made for their crew. There's so much myth, there's so much history around this watch. Even though I have such an extensive collection, everybody always has that one grail watch. For me, it's a combination of two brands. As I mentioned, Squally started off as case makers, and they're making it for Blancpain, and they made one called the Blancpain Bund. So I kind of give the nickname the Squally Blancpain Bund. They're a bit unobtainable now. They're getting around the $12,000, $15,000. So yeah, I think that's the holy grail for me, the Squally Blancpain Bund.